extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But we are concerned about irresponsible, one-sided news stories
plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has
been really dangerous to our democracy.
What's going on? What's going on? All right, you know what time it is. You know what rhyme it is. I'm your gracious host, A6. We're live and direct, live and effective. It's Sunday. Sun was shining. It was bright outside, but it was brisk. It was pretty brisk outside. But, Maryland weather to a T. You know what I mean? Got a chance to run out and collect some water today. It was nice. You know what I'm saying? Was out there traveling, sliding, and gliding. Got a lot of research done today, man. Listen, I'm working on, for those of you who are interested, I am working on a Declaration of State Citizenship Rights. This thing is gonna be fire. This is something that nobody's done before. I created this completely from scratch. This is my doing. You know what I'm saying? If you guys are interested, hit me up privately. I'll be glad to send you one. Um, I am gonna go ahead and get everything done on my end first with it, so I can show you exactly what needs to be done. But if you're interested, you can definitely reach out preemptively. But I just hit my email if that's something you want. But yeah, this one right here, this is going this is gonna put you in a where you want to be with the common law. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I did a little bit of research. You know, I've been looking today too at a few different things. You know what's crazy? 2 weeks ago, like about 2.5 weeks ago, I completely cut out chicken and beef from my diet. Like completely cut it out. So I just been doing fruits, vegetables, and a lot of peanut butter. Again, I told you guys this. I think it was last week I spoke to you guys. Been doing a lot of peanut butter because I'm an athlete, so I got to keep the protein in my system. So definitely have been leaning a little bit because with the training, I'm starting to lean out. But yo, my clarity and being able to comprehend when I'm reading, you know, and get the definitions and being able to know what words to look up is through the roof. I was combing through some of the statutes here in Maryland. Listen, I don't even know where to start at. Some of the stuff I found is very interesting to say the least. Okay. I will be going over that on the Patreon because that's probably not something they want me to put out here in the public. The way these things are written is very cryptic, but if you know what to look for and what you're reading, it is very clear on exactly what they're talking about. And you probably have the same type of statutes in your state as well. So again, y'all need to hop on that Patreon if you're interested in it. Jump on the Telegram group, and the page, excuse me, the Patreon link is in the Telegram group, and I'll be live on usually Tuesdays 9:30, and we go for about like an hour, sometimes 30 minutes, depending on the information, you know. But yeah, hop on that Patreon if you guys are interested in that. You know what I mean? But yes, indeed, it's been a pretty good week for me. I can't complain at all. How's everybody doing? Who's in the chat room? We got Truth is here. What up, man? Happy Sunday, everybody. Yes, indeed. Fred Mitchell, what's good, Fred? How you feeling? My man Civic Maker in the house from Cali. All right. Rainwater's here. Good to have you here, Rainwater. My man Jimmy Bennett's in the house. Yes, indeed. Alfonso, what up, Alfonso? How you feeling? Dr. Base Q, American Nationals of the Republic. Yes, indeed. You know how we do, man. Yes, yes, yes. So we got some stuff to chop up. Did anybody hear about George Soros purchasing 230 radio stations for this year? What? Hey, did anybody hear about that? That was an article somebody has sent me where George Soros supposedly purchased 230 radio stations. I thought this guy still had all the radio stations from 2020 because I swear every town I went to, the C19 plan. I don't know why I'm saying C19 anymore. I'm still going. I gotta tread lightly, but yeah, the C19 pandemic. Uh, every radio station. I even went to Houston, Texas, and even in Houston, Texas, you know, even though Houston is a Democratic city or county or whatever, but I went to Texas and yo, I was seeing the signs all over the place, like, yo, take the shot, take the shot, take the shot, wear a mask, wear a mask. It was insane, man. It was insane. And on the radio stations, man, every uh indigenous American radio station, left and right, you know, you need to do your part to slow the spread, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it was ridiculous. They really used, and this is why I tell people, man, indigenous Americans, we got to take a hard, long look in the mirror because the reason why a lot of this stuff infiltrated our community so heavily is because our people are so easily influenced by media. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Now we can go as far as to say most people are, but we're the ones who really should know better than to let the government tell us some stuff like that, especially at the Tuskegee experiment. If the Tuskegee experiment did not inform you that the government moving the way they move might not always be in your best interest, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't think you can be saved at that point. You know, maybe you don't know about every one of us knows about the Tuskegee experiments. I mean, ain't no excuse for that. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the main points that I was surprised by um, when the whole thing went down, you know, because everywhere you went and quote unquote black spaces, well, I hate that word, it was always, yo, we need to slow the spread, yo. We gotta mask up. We gotta, you know, take this, take that, take the poke, all that stuff, man. That's what it was, and nobody was questioning the narrative at all. So, you know, George Soros is doing this thing, buying up radio stations. Again, we already know this year was going to be crazy. It's election year, and you know, we had a little brief break with all this crap that's happening with the election and all this Trump indictments and all this garbage. Basically, it's all a show, man. But you know, it's going to be one of those things where it's going to be very, very exciting this year. At the end of this year, probably. What up, Jay Black? He said I seen it. Yeah, that's what say. You saw it too? Yeah. Yeah, they're about to start pumping, you know, and they already said the white nationalist was in some town or city. I didn't even pay attention to what city because I'm so tired of the white nationalist angle. It doesn't work anymore. It's played out. Nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody give a damn about a white nationalist. Now that we know that what the white quote unquote white supremacist groups are, you know, which technically, you know, they're probably agents of the federal government in disguise or actors and such, which is still agents. But I mean, you know, as an organization, even like, yo, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Do you all the way over there? You know, stay over there. You can hate me over there. If you really feel that way, cool. Do that over there. I don't care. It's not a big deal to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel threatened when I go out anywhere. I don't feel like somebody's gonna do anything to me. You know what I mean? I'm not worried. I'm not concerned, and there's no reason to be. So the boogeyman is not real when it comes to that crap. So yeah, they're gonna start rolling out the white nationalist, white supremacist angle. That's not gonna work because that they really maxed that shit out in 2020. They pushed it to the limit as far as it could go. So I don't see them having much success with that. I think the people are done with their crap. And we really about to see what's going to happen because they about to start pumping that propaganda heavy, heavy body. What up, King? How you feeling? Are you exposed to Bitcoin and crypto? Yeah, I know a little bit about the Bitcoin and crypto, a little bit. I'm not an expert, but I know a little something, something. I know with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are doing real well right now. I know that. A lot of people been talking about the Bitcoin and the what is that? XRP, and a few other different ones are doing pretty good. No, they are now Nazis that immigrated from Ukraine. There you go. Yeah, probably so. They're probably the ones that came over here and they were like, "Yo, hey, I'll tell you what I can do for you. I'll give you this, that, and the third if you go ahead and do this little rally or whatever and wear this mask." Because most of them was wearing masks. You know what I'm saying? Which is another thing, bro. Like, how can you absolutely be sure those individuals under those masks are who they say they are? You can't hold them accountable, man. It's dude. The whole thing is a show. You know what I mean? It's on the news. It's a show, and we know better than to fall for it. At the end of the day, you see, I ain't got my silver with me. I left it at my work, masked up for a reason. Absolutely. You guys remember last time? What was it? 20. Man, what was that? That might have been. Jeez, was it 2019 when the people had masks on, but there was piles of bricks? Matter of fact, I think that was 2021. I can't remember. Trump was still in office though. Nah, it might have been 2019. It was 2019, I think, where people had there were piles of bricks by where the protest was supposed to be at. They left piles of bricks in front of stores, and everybody was in on it because all that happens if you tear up a CVS, like in Baltimore when they destroyed that CVS. All that's really gonna happen when you blow up that CVS. One, the old ladies in the area are not gonna have a place they can get their medicines and stuff and groceries. Little toiletries and stuff like that. Easy. They're gonna have to go further uptown. You know what I'm saying? And all that you're really gonna do is get the people who own the building paid because they got an insurance policy out on that building. So go ahead and destroy the building. All they're gonna do is collect the insurance money, rebuild the store newer, or just move somewhere else, take the cheese and move somewhere else anyway. Because usually if you have a store in areas that are impoverished, there's high theft. There was a 7-Eleven on Liberty Road back in this is probably about like 2-3 years ago now. I used to work not too far from uh Milford Mill High School, and over there's around that area is a Section 8 area. You know what I'm saying? Not too far up the street. And the problem they kept having was the inventory never matched the profits because there was so much theft. There was a whole lot of stealing going on. People running there and take stuff. One guy might distract the guy up front. Some people would come in there running there with a arm and rob them and stuff like that and take their stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's how they would move. So as a result of that being the case, they just left. They said, "Yo, you know what, man? Screw this. It's too much theft. We're just gonna pack up and leave." The Middle Eastern guy who owned it, I think him and his wife ended up selling the building or whatever, and they moved back to Pakistan, took the money and ran. Which is I don't really blame them particularly, but yeah, that's what they did. They went ahead and took the money and then they slid, right. And that's all of these places are going to do with these riots, man. You take a CVS or something like that. Let me tell you a little secret. In places like AutoZone, I think was one of the places that had the piles of bricks out front of them before the riots happened. And they were expecting, and again, who put the bricks there, right? We're not even going to talk about who put the bricks there because you need a truck to unload that kind of, you're not carrying them bricks around in a pickup truck. No, sir, because how you going to unload them? No, these bricks were literally dropped there by probably heavy machinery. It's all a scene in the stage. You know what I'm saying? It's all a scene in the stage. So, who put the bricks there first off, and then second off, that auto zone that's sitting up there in that impoverished area might have a whole bunch of theft. One of the things that parts guys will do, like working in the auto shop, we order a part, right? Once we order the part and it gets there, we'll open the box up and the part might be used. Like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? So we're calling back the spot like, "Yo, Y'all sent this, let's say it's a brake caliper. You sent us a brake caliper. We're supposed to be getting a new part, but this part looks like it's used. This looks like it's been on the car already. What they're doing is like, yo, the people that work at the spots, and if you're doing this, you know what I'm saying, whatever, you shouldn't be stealing. So, I don't condone stealing. So you need to stop that and find another way to get paid because stealing is not the way. All right. So peep it out. What they'll go ahead and do is they'll take the cat. Let's say that boy has like a 1998 Toyota Camry or something like that. He needs a right front caliper. They'll look up the inventory and then they'll say, all right, all you got to do is take the caliper off and bring it to me, and I'll put the old one back in the box and sell you the new one for like a quarter of the price. You know what I'm saying? So they go ahead and do that, and then put the old one in the box and put it back on the shelf. Nobody saw what happened. 3 months down the road, somebody calls and asks for a Toyota Camry caliper. Boom, you get the box with the used one that's in there. By then, that guy's already quit and moved somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So nobody ever gets caught for it. But the store loses the cheese, of course. We don't lose any cheese at all. You know what I'm saying? The store does, because at the end of the day, they're out of a new part. So all that's going to happen in areas like that with a whole bunch of theft is they're going to say, all right, cool, throw the bricks out front of there. They're going to tear the joint up. We're going to file a claim. We're going to close the shop down. Auto parts in the area, all the auto part shops in the area have one less place they can get parts from. So now your dad, who needs brakes on his goddamn Toyota Camry, he has to take it somewhere else, or he's got to wait an extra day to get the part, or a few extra hours to get the part because this auto zone was burnt down or destroyed because of the riot. So again, there's so many pieces to this. We even saw footage of people breaking into Target or something like that, which is ill because the place literally is named Target. You know what I'm saying? The place is named Target. Go figure. So they went ahead and ran up in the joint, took a whole bunch of stuff, ran out, took most of the inventory. They filed a claim. They got all their stuff back. They probably, honestly, uh, filed the claim. They probably, said a bunch more stuff was missing than actually was. You know what I mean? Went ahead and took an extra $30,000 and pocketed that joint. That's how these corporations move, man. That's how they move at the end of the day, man. It's all insurance. So whenever you see riots and stuff like that, you best believe somebody's getting paid. That's what insurance is for. That's what it's for, man. It's all a game. It's commerce. Nobody loses when that stuff happens. Only the consumers lose. In Putin's interview with Tucker Carlson, he stated he was fighting neo-Nazis in Ukraine. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard they were discriminating against people of color out there. I never looked into it, though, but I did hear about that. Following the script like usual. Slovakian Prime Minister Robert Fico said that Russia started its war against Ukraine in 2014 because the Ukrainian neo-Nazis were rampant. I'm not surprised about that particularly. I mean, if people want to be neo-Nazis, hey, whatever, man. Knock yourself out to your heart's content. As long as it ain't bothering me or mine, why do I care about somebody being a neo-Nazi? I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? What up, man? What's going on? For National Born Natural, you know what it is. Yes, indeed. My man Tony in the house. He got the reading glasses on. He must be over there looking at some UCC stuff again. But yeah, if you're gonna start looking into that UCC stuff and all of that, you need to change your diet. Because I'm telling you, all that flesh and stuff like that you're eating is really affecting the way that you're able to comprehend information. I'm telling you, take it from me. You know, it really slows down your comprehension of you being able to ascertain and comprehend knowledge or information that you're reading. That's why a lot of these, if you look at a lot of those statutes, it's double talk. A lot of the statutes are double talk. I noticed that a whole lot. It's double talk 90% of the time. All right, let's go ahead and look right over here. Let's get started. What do we have to share today? All right, let's talk about the Federal Reserve, shall we? Let's look at the animation of the Federal Reserve.
Hey, Hartman, why am I wearing a burglar bikini top?
Because no one is allowed inside the Fed. Not you, not me, no American citizen, no duly elected member of our Congress, not the Supreme Court.
Not the Supreme Court?
Not the Supreme Court, not the Justice Department, not the CIA, DIA, FBI, ATF, ATE, NBC, not even G-O-D.
Well, how come the government isn't allowed inside its own building?
Government? Ah, the Fed is a private bank owned by private stockholders. Do not let the name Federal fool you. This place is about as federal as Federal Express.
A private bank? But private?
Shh. Best to keep your voice down, pal.
This is Ethan, Federal Reserve.
Hey, Eth, Bill here, First National.
Hi there, Bill. How are you?
Good, good. We're running a little low on money.
No problem. How much you need?
Oh, how does 20 million sound?
What?
Excellent. We'll ship it over first thing tomorrow.
Wait, he can just call up the Fed and ask for more money and they give him whatever they want?
No, pal. The Fed don't give the banks money. The Fed loans the banks money. The banks have to pay it back with interest. Now, come on, time to go.
Wait. I still don't understand. Where does the Fed get their money? I mean, if they're a private bank. You said they're a private bank, right? Okay, so who puts money into the Fed bank?
This is Mel, United States Mint.
Hi, ML. First National needs another 20 millies.
We're already running the presses full steam here, Ethan.
Gotta keep making loans. Gotta keep the money flowing.
All right, you're the Fed. Whatever you guys say. 20 million more by morning.
But I don't get it. What's so wrong about the Fed printing money?
Because it's unconstitutional, pal. Our Treasury is supposed to create our money, but now the Fed controls the printing of America's money. Nobody gets a friggin' dollar that the Fed didn't print. So, they print the money, then they loan it to the government, then they charge the government interest, then the government taxes you to pay for it. Wake up, pal! Quickly, take my horse. Show him.
Wait, show me what? Where are we going?
Stallion of Liberty, right on the hoary wind.
Oh, where are we?
Battle of Waterloo. Hold on, we gotta get through. A money machine. There it is.
Hey, is that the same people?
Rich banker men from Germany flying under the banner of the Red Shield. They finance both sides of the war. We must hurry. That's him, the Red Shield courier. Shoot him.
No, I'm not shooting anyone.
Damn it, Pop.
What?
He beat everyone back with the news of the war and told England that Napoleon won. The Red Shield backers in London pretended that England was doomed and started selling their English stocks. The English went into a selling frenzy to get rid of worthless English money.
But the English won, right?
Of course they won. But it was a trick by Red Shield. They waited until the stocks plummeted to pennies and then bought England back for nearly nothing.
What? They did that? How?
When the English leaders found out, they had no choice but to give themselves over to the Red Shield. Their money was gone and they were slaves to the Red Shield war debt. Since that time, the English have been paying their national taxes directly to the Red Shield private bankers. The people have no idea. But the bankers bragged about what they did to us, laughing at us all the way to the bank.
Why, it's the best business I've ever done. If I can control a nation's wealth, I care not who makes its laws.
Oh, is this what Jefferson wanted to show me?
No. Look.
They're in America, too?
The Red Shield banks are here, Pop. Seeking a way to conquer our American dream. The dream you have, Pop. The dream of free men. They tried to take over our country many times and failed because Jefferson and the Patriots vowed to stop the evil tyrants at all costs. By authority of eternal God, he would not let the bankers win here. To preserve our independence, we must not let our rulers load us with perpetual debt. We must make our choice between economy and liberty or profusion and servitude.
Wow.
I place economy among the first and most important of Republican virtues, and public debt is the greatest of the dangers to be feared. It is incumbent on every generation to pay its own debts as it goes.
In 1910, a secret meeting was held at the J.P. Morgan estate on Jekyll Island off the coast of Georgia.
This meeting was so secretive, so concealed from government and public knowledge that the 10 attendees used code names.
I am clearly the richest man, so I should be the one to run the super secret central bank. I own all the oil in America. I'm clearly richer than you will ever be, hula girl. I should run the super secret central bank. You're nothing compared to me, lube job. I shall run the secret bank.
Silence!
Supreme Master Leader, I didn't know you were going to be here.
I'm not. Neither are you, dumbass.
Oh, yeah, right. He's so smart.
None of you shall run the bank. We have failed in the past because of openness. This time, the key to success is secrecy. The people must believe that they run the bank.
Yes, brilliant. A sneak attack. What's the plan?
We first create panic, then we show them the solution. With our man in office and well-planned timing, we will have our central bank. And so the people think it is theirs. We shall christen it Federal. The Federal Reserve.
They struck on December 23rd, 1913. When most of our Congress were at home eating fruitcake, these bastards, I mean bankers, presented their treasonous act to their newly elected accomplice, Woodrow Wilson, who had fortuitously already agreed to sign it before he was even elected. Wait, the IRS? I thought we always had the IRS. No, pal. They did this to us too. The Fed now has the exclusive power to print America's money. They loan this money to our banks and our government at interest, putting immediate debt on our own money, printing more and more, so each dollar they print becomes worth less than the one before. Merry Christmas. What in the hell is that? That pie is how our government now must pay back these debts to the Fed. Your taxes did not go to your government. They don't? It's the greatest theft in human history.
Yo, you know what's crazy? That is probably a great way to introduce your children into exactly what's going on. You know what I'm saying? No foul language, maybe one or two here and there. You know what I mean? Very good animation. That was fire. You know, I'm thoroughly impressed. That's a great way to introduce your children, you know, because we need to teach our children about what's happening. That's a great way to introduce them into what's going on. Crash course history lesson. For those of you who aren't familiar, go get that book, The Creature from Jekyll Island, or you can grab the audio book, and you can just play it on the road while you're traveling or whatever, and just listen to what actually happened, because they break down everything. You know what I'm saying? They break down the meeting they had. They break down Jefferson, what he said. They break down the Federal Reserve Act, you know, the removal of gold and silver coin. All of that stuff is in that book. Very interesting book. It also talks about the Titanic too, how all of those bankers were supposed to be on that Titanic. Interestingly enough, the Super Bowl that just passed, there were some bankers that was, I think they were going to the Super Bowl. They were leaving the Super Bowl, and they ended up getting in a plane crash. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's one of those things where we're about to see another shift. You know what I mean? You already got the infrastructure there for the no touch contactless payment systems everybody likes to use. You know, you go to some places, the chips won't even read in the machines anymore. That's how crucial it is. The chips won't even read in the machines in some places. You gotta use contactless payment or cash. Yo, I was I was watching a video the other day where this guy walked into a what was that? Jimmy John's. He walked into a Jimmy John's sub shop and he was trying to buy his sub. He had like a turkey something, and he was trying to pay for it. And the kid was like the child, or he looked like he was about 17. You know, he was like, "Oh, we don't take cash." You know, I said, You don't take cash. What you mean you don't take cash? Yeah, we don't take that. I can't take the cash, and I'm not gonna jeopardize my job for you. I don't know you, so now I'm not. I can't take that. Wait a minute, what? You know what I'm saying? So, dude, he started clowning at you. The kid threw this shit in the trash. He threw the sub in the trash. Said, "Yeah, I can't do anything. Sorry, you need to leave. We don't take cash, bruh." Yo, that's insane. You know what I'm saying? Shit, the goddamn you go to federal court to file a case, they don't take cash either. There you go. Just because it say United States on it don't mean it's of the United States of America. That shit is privately owned, you know? Federal Reserve Bank. How about that? Go figure, huh? All right. Let's see what's happening over here in Maryland, man. This out there. Yo, what up? What up? Who we got? We got Phoenix Rising, and we got my man Ugo in the chat. What up, Ugo? Yo, let's talk about what's happening out there near not too far from where Ugo's at. What's going on out there, man? Let's take a look. Where is it? Can't find nothing on this damn thing now. I swear, when they change the format, sometimes it's better to just leave stuff the way it is. Because when they start changing formats, you can't find anything anymore. All right, there we go. All right. 66 pounds of cocaine worth $3 million found. Man arrested in Prince George's County. Jesus Christ. Oh, man, that is insane, yo. 66 pounds? God damn. Police say they recovered 30 kilograms worth of cocaine from a man in the Langley Park area. That's a heavy Latino area. That translates into 66 pounds of the drug worth $3 million. Now, all right, not pointing the fingers at anybody. Okay, last thing I want to do is point the fingers at any groups of people. But Langley Park is a heavily populated Latino area, and the gentleman's name is Williams Quintanilla. I think Quintanilla is a Latino name, if I'm not mistaken. Members of the Prince George's County Police Department Gang Unit and Narcotics Enforcement Division arrested Williams Quintanilla Beltran of the Langley Park area. Detectives executed a search warrant on his home in West Park Drive, and they say they found 30 kilos of cocaine as well as 25 ounces of cocaine laced with fentanyl. Jeez, that fentanyl's out here dropping people. That's the wild part, man. That stuff is crazy. 37 grams of methamphetamine and more than $120,000 in cash. In the last 20 years, I've been a member of this police department for a unit that is not long-term, an investigative unit that is focused on solely narcotics. I have not seen a seizure of this amount. Deputy Chief Zachary Blair said during the news conference. Blair emphasized just how massive the situation was. When I discuss the word substantial, it is something we typically don't see on a majority of search warrants. The deputy chief also spoke on how the drug bust shows the department's commitment to the cracking down on drug-related crimes in the community. I think this gives the evidence to the community that our officers are tirelessly working again to eradicate all violence as well as narcotics from Prince George's County, Blair said. Police said Quintanilla Beltran faces a number of drug-related charges. As of Thursday, February 22nd, he was in custody and being held in no bond status. So yeah, dudes is out here acting a fool. Yo, what? Jeez, man. So that's what's going on there, out close to where DC is. You know, DC has always been wild, just as I say, if not just as almost as wild as Baltimore. But yeah, those dudes move around out there. In case you didn't know, they got MS-13 out there. They got a El Salvatruca. They got a few different Latino gangs out there. Joint. We don't have Asian gangs on the East Coast for the most part. Most of the ones we have are Latinos or indigenous American. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's a thing. I said, damn, yeah, that's crazy. I'm surprised you hear about it. Yeah, MS-13. Yeah, possibly, man. It's a bunch of them out here, bruh. They used to MS-13. They move around out here, man. Like I remember back in there was a place called Iguana Cantina. And out here in Baltimore, Iguana Cantina used to be a popular nightclub. And yo, I used to go to that joint when I was like 26, 27. They had the baddest chicks out there. So I would go out that joint to kick it with my peoples. And we would always go on Latino night. We would go on like Saturday night and stuff like that. So I went down there with two of my cousins and one of my homeboys I used to be cool with back in the day. And we went down there. No, people never really mess with me either, though. They never really mess with me because I'm tall. You know what I'm saying? And my other homies though, they was about like 5'7", 5'8", you know what I mean, 5'9". So I go to the bar to get a couple drinks, and I would always do a routine. As soon as I walked in the bar, I get like a Blue Moon beer, and then I get like something else to drink, and I just be like sipping on something, dancing with the Latinos or whatever, just having a good time. And I would split off from my homeboys. So I get the drinks and I come back, and two of my homeboys or two of my cousins. Two of my cousins was like squared up with some Latino dudes down there. Yo, they was deep. They was short, but yo, it was like 30 of them. I said, yo, we are not about to get into it with some damn Latinos in the middle of a Latino club on Spanish night. No, and no, they don't got no blades or nothing like that on them because they had metal detectors at the door. But yeah, we're not doing that. So we ended up getting up out of that situation, needless to say. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was. But yo, yeah, they move around. I remember they had to change the name of the club to Soundstage. It's called Soundstage now. If you look online, it used to be Iguana Cantina, but they found somebody got hacked up and put in the trash out back of the club. You know what I'm saying? So MS-13 was moving. I don't know if it was them or not, but word on the street it was MS-13 was moving around like that. So, but yeah, them dudes get busy. They get busy. All right, moving on. Let's talk about why you shouldn't be drinking anything out of fountains, even like water or anything like that. Of course, you know about the water, but for those of you who aren't abreast of this knowledge, let's talk about why you should never drink anything from like any fast food place.
I went into an Arby's to get some water, and this has been sitting in my car for about a week.
I'm currently at my Arby's, and let's go see what's growing. And this is going to validate a lot of the horror stories that were shared in the comments of my previous video. The first test we're going to do is a quantitative test, meaning we're going to see how much bacteria is in the water. Now remember, from a previous video, I said that we don't want to see more than 500 colony-forming units in the water. And that being said, let's go see what might grow. Now you guys are in for a real treat because after almost 10 years of working with Petri dishes, I have never seen this happen. I can tell that there are two different bacteria species growing on this plate, and whatever they're doing, they're turning this Petri dish black. But what's interesting is most people think bacteria has a bad smell, and this bacteria actually had a very sweet smell, and that should be a pretty big hint to what it is to my microbiologist friends. But regarding whether this is concerning or not, we're going to have to look at another dilution. This is the second dilution, which means each of those circular colonies represents 100. And if you do a quick count, there's at least 50 here, meaning there's at least 5,000 colony-forming units per milliliter, which is at least 10 times the amount that's considered safe.
So, if you look at the comments, there's a bunch of fast food workers that'll literally tell you why that is the case. The simple and plain answer is them people don't clean the machines often enough. Those machines are supposed to be cleaned daily. But for the kind of money that those people are getting paid, they're not cleaning the machines every day. It ain't gonna happen. They're not gonna clean those machines every day. It's not gonna be something that transpires. They'll clean the machines once or maybe even twice a week. And people always wonder why, why is the ice cream? It's a meme going on around. Why is the ice cream machine always broken at McDonald's? The flat truth is they don't clean it enough. That's the truth. I have people that work there like, that machine's always broken because they don't clean it nowhere near enough. It needs to be clean for it to operate. Machine's supposed to be clean. The ice cream machine's supposed to be cleaned twice a day, I think. And they don't clean them. So that's what happens when you don't clean the machines. That stuff incubates on the inside and it grows. And then you wonder why when you go get a drink or something like that, you start coughing or sneezing, your allergies act up, you get real sick. You know what I'm saying? Your body starts to go in a detox mode, and you get like a hot temperature on your forehead, your throat starts to hurt, you got a headache, your nose is running. You know what I'm saying? You got a chest cold, mucus, you coughing up mucus. Your body's trying to detoxify itself. That's what's basically happening. So for those of you who are not aware, please stay away from those things. Even like healthy places like Jamba Juice, or you know what I'm saying. If you don't know for a fact from somebody that works there that the joint is cleaned out regularly, or it's just not even worth the risk, because you can really get sick behind drinking those drinks out of those fountains. All right, boom. So look, and here's another one too. And this is not talking about fountains or anything, but this is talking about how simping ain't easy. So for those of my young people that are out there watching me, you know, big Uncle A6 got some advice for you. Never simp. Don't be out there simping. Simping ain't easy. Fair use, by the way, protected by the Fair Use Act.
BW team, what's going on today? MABW fam. Ow.
By the way, this is from a gentleman named MABW. So y'all can go over to his channel, show him some love, subscribe to him. Tell him A6 sent you. He's got 3.7 thousand subscribers.
What's good,
So go over there and show him some love since we're sharing this video.
MABW team, what's going on today? MABW fam. I'm back today with another video. In today's video, some of you guys out here, y'all really haven't learned anything yet in life when it comes to these women. It's 2024, and you have grown men still fighting over women out here that don't care about you, that are still going to be choosy and sleep with any man that they want to sleep with, or any man that might be giving them a little bit of attention. You're willing to hurt and kill another man over that broad of yours who's choosing, and vice versa. That man knows he's messing with your lady, and he's willing to take you out over her. To my guys out there, stop doing that. When you're dead or in jail, these women out here are going to be doing the same thing that led up to you guys either being dead or in jail. But you know what? I'm not going to talk anymore. Let's get right into the damn video.
Get out of the car now! You, get over there! Show me your hands!
It's a phone! It's a phone!
214 felony stop in progress. All right, you stand over there, all right? You face away from me. All right, cool. Stand right there. 214, I got one at gunpoint. They're both verbal right now. The other party's across the street. Yo, you face away from me. Put your hands up. You shut up.
Delta 213, status check.
Who has the gun? US 1 PV grade. I got one at gunpoint, Bravo Mike with a white shirt, the other half across the street, black male dreads. Stay across the street! Bro, get off the air. Give me the air. 212. Secure that black male over there. Put your hands up! Secure him! Yo, walk back to the sound of my voice. Do it now. Walk back to the sound of my voice. Walk back to the sound of my voice.
Imagine bickering like some chicks over a lady that cheated on you or was messing with another guy. You're willing to fight that man over across the street, or that man is willing to fight you over a bus down. Imagine that, guys. You're fighting over a chick that's choosing between, that's letting y'all choose between her. You two guys are willing to end up dead or in jail over a lady that's choosing. Unbelievable, yo.
Boys, keep your hands up. Go less lethal. Keep walking to the left. 2 steps to the left. Keep walking. I got hands, all right? Keep walking. Keep walking.
Keep your hands up.
You're going to get tased, bro. Keep walking. Don't worry about him. Listen to us.
Nah, you up. Nah, come do it now. Come do it now. Come do it now. You don't have to fight me.
Just put your hands behind
I told you that was my phone. I'm not fighting you. I'm not fighting you. Nobody's in the car. None to the front seat. Nobody's in the car. I'm right by myself. Come on. Oh, you got louder when you put cuffs on me. You got louder when you put cuffs on me. You got louder when you put cuffs on me. You the straight up bitch. You the straight up bitch. You.
214 flag. I got 1 secured. 212 working. Who else is in the car?
Nobody in the car. Just me.
All right. Any weapons in the vehicle?
Yes. I have 2 weapons in the car.
All right. What kind of guns are there?
One's a Smith Wesson 500. The other one's a Glock 40.
All right.
A Glock 10 40. Glock 10.
214 flag. He's advising no one else is in the vehicle, and he has 2 weapons inside there. All right. We're gonna get you in the back of my car real quick, okay?
Can I get cuffed in the front?
No.
I'm not aggressive. I haven't been fighting. I've been doing exactly what you asked me to do.
All right. Stand right here.
You come break my arm.
Shut up and face the car.
You come break.
Shut up and face the car. Thank you. I need someone to put him in somebody's car.
We got multiple units coming. Can we have someone stop there?
Get in.
Yes, sir.
I would never on this earth put myself in a predicament to possibly be shot by police over a woman. Never in my life. Unless I was possibly protecting my mother. I would never put myself in harm's way. It's got to be for like my mother or my daughter. I'm not putting my life on the line for some chick I'm plugging. And then she decides to mess with another guy. And I'm that crazy over here. I, in my life, will never be that crazy over no woman out here. Ever. These guys are nuts.
15, I guess you can stop northbound traffic, US 1.
All right, so she just read you your rights. You understood them as she read them to you and stuff. All right, so what is going on?
All right. So my wife, who I'm legally married to, she left me about 5 months ago. Right? A couple of weeks ago, she called me, and I have a text message on the phone. A couple of weeks ago, she called me, said,
my man is turning into a chatty patty right now. Like, yo, my man is talking. He is talking.
everything was going to be good between us. We're going to get back together. She was going to move in with me at the end of the month, move back to.
Pay attention to what he said, which was key. My ex-wife left me 5 months ago. Just what have I told you about this before when women do that? When women decide to leave you alone or stop dealing with you, you could have been real good to them. But if they up and decide to leave, they want to go have their fun. They want to go have their fun, meaning they want to go get piped out by somebody else for a little bit until they're tired of them. She had her fun for probably about 5 months. Now she's ready to get back with this simp who's going to take care of home. But he's too stupid to understand that.
To our house at end of month in South Carolina. All right, and that was the end of January. So then, end of January come, well, actually, maybe like a week before the end of the month, she just stopped talking. No text, no messages, nothing.
Okay.
So I waited, and then today I was like, well, I haven't heard nothing, so I'm going to see make sure everything's okay.
Okay.
So I get there.
We're at the house?
I went to her house.
Which house? Where is it?
Oh.
No, write that down. That's cool. Okay, you get to the house.
So I get there, I see a car parked in the driveway, which I'm assuming it was his only because she didn't have a vehicle.
Okay.
So then I didn't go to the car and turn around. I left.
Right.
He pulled up behind me at that light right before you turn left to go to the Dollar General. And he's talking.
Lakeview and Tennis Woods. Yep.
He blocked me in, and then so I pulled into because I was planning on going there to get me something to drink. So I pulled into there. He pulls in. He pulls his car around, and then he gets out, threatens me. I try to go inside. He confronts me, so I didn't get back in my car. So I was just like, look, I'm not gonna run from you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't go to your house and do nothing.
Okay.
I didn't even say nothing to him. We didn't have a conversation. Nothing.
Everything he's saying right now is gonna be used against him later. And I think he knows it, but he doesn't know it, if that makes sense.
So anyway, so then we get into altercation, and that's what bit my ear.
Bit your ear?
Yeah. So then when I leave, he was like, well, he said, well, we can go, because somebody said, oh, well, we called the cops. He was like, well, we can just go talk to Eric. I said, I bet. And so that means we're going back to your house. So he said, okay. So we go back to his house. And then he started acting erratic. So I was like, man, fuck this. And then, so I tried to leave, but he kept racing behind me.
Did y'all see my lights and stuff, or?
I didn't see it.
Okay.
And then so he was racing behind me. And then when we got up here, he hit the back of my car, which is when I opened fire. As you can see, the back of my car is struck.
Where did he hit it?
Right there on the end.
What, left side, right side, back?
Right side.
No, he didn't have it in his pockets.
It's in my jacket pocket. The inside.
Him opening fire because that man hit the back of his car was an excuse for him to kill that man for messing with his ex-wife. Correct me if I'm wrong, MABW team, but that man right here that you see on the screen, him opening fire on the man that was piping his wife is an excuse because he hit that man's car, but he wanted to have a reason to shoot him.
Now, there's a such thing as something called a crime of passion. I'm not sure what the law is on that, but I have seen a situation where they'll give, like, the court will show leniency to somebody who like does something to somebody for messing with their lady, or I think it's only in the wife situation. Like, the court will show leniency. So I know my cousin was telling me he was locked up with this one dude, and he basically took his lady out because he came home and caught her, and he got like reduced time or something. I can't remember how it went, but they showed leniency on him because they gave him like a temporary insanity type deal. So that is a thing.
Guys like him want a reason to body some guys out there because that guy is piping down their wife. When his wife is going to turn around and do the same thing again, or his ex-wife, per se, that left him alone for 5 months, and now they want to talk, or she wants to talk and rekindle things with him. My MABW team, y'all get my drift. You know what's going on if a lady has to depart from you for 5 months. Let's be real here, MABW team.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's when I was fired. But he hit my car. My car stalled, so I had to pull over and then try to restart it. He pulled up beside me. I didn't know if he was going what he had on. What he was going to do something to him. I didn't know.
Okay. So let's back up a little bit. So when you got to Lewisshire, how did he know you were there?
So he was in the car in the driveway.
Okay, so he was in the driveway.
Yeah, he was in the car. I couldn't see inside the car.
Okay.
All I saw was the car.
Did he see you drive by, or did you get out of your car?
I didn't get out the car.
Okay, he just saw a random blue Lexus drive by.
Yeah, he didn't know it was me because when I pulled up, that's right. When we got to that light before we turned on, he got to the light. I rolled my window down, and then he was like, "Oh, it's you."
Okay.
So that's how he knew it was me. But he didn't. Before that, he didn't know it.
Okay. So after that, you guys got to Lakeview and Belterre,
And let me give y'all a quick tip again. Stop talking to the police.
Yo, my man literally just, you know, this guy went and got a lawyer. You already know just by the way he moving and dealing and all this stuff. He went and got himself a lawyer. That lawyer probably looked at him like, bruh. Yo, watch the body cam footage and said, shit. He gonna have to get a PD, man. He gonna have to go with the public defender, man, and try to hopefully can strike himself up a deal. Because it ain't no way he's gonna be able to create any kind of defense when he just up and told he just talked everything. He already told him he was under arrest. He had the right to remain silent. Already did all that. Still talking. Damn.
That's across the board. All you're doing is further incriminating yourself. I would have been like, I don't want to talk. I want to talk to a lawyer. People don't understand that the cops aren't your friends. I hate to burst your bubble, but in reality, they're not your friends. They're getting information down so they can give it to the state and prosecute you. That's all they're doing, because your story isn't going to end up matching up with that cop is writing down on his notepad.
That's another thing too. Depending on the situation, you might, like, let's say you get in a situation that involves like a woman or something like that, and who gets called out to the scene is a woman cop. Yo, that story there's a good chance that story that she writes down is gonna end up favoring the woman. You know what I'm saying? It's happened to me before when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? It's a good idea you just keep your damn mouth shut, because you know what I mean? You don't really stand to gain anything by running your mouth. If you don't remember anything else, though, you just need to remember the value of silence. Sometimes you just need to be quiet, because he going to jail anyway. Just because this motherfucker was out bucking a gat at somebody and hitting people cars and stuff like that. He got a shirt ripped and blood on his shirt. He going to jail anyway, man. He might as well just keep his mouth shut for all that. Exercise your right to remain silent.
Matanzas Woods. He pulled up on you, saw it was you, then he fought. You went to the Dollar General?
Yeah, well, I didn't even get to go inside. He got out and he blocked my way.
He blocked you.
Yeah, so when he pulled up, I pulled up, and then he pulls up, and then so he's closer to the store.
Okay.
So I was kind of nervous about where I was going to park. But anyway, so I got out the car. I was going to go inside. He gets in front of me. So he's between me and the entrance.
Okay. So at that point, what happened?
So at that point, it was fight or flight.
Okay. Who approached you?
He approached me.
How did he do that?
With his hands up.
He approached you with his hands up?
Straight. Yeah. Bitch ass. This, that, and that. Come on. You came to my house, blah, blah, blah.
That's his house?
I don't know.
When he approached you, did he like sprint? Was he walking?
No, he sprinted. No, he wasn't walking.
He full sprinted towards you?
Yeah, he was aggressive.
With his hands up?
So let me get this correct. You went to a man's house pretty much, from the information that I'm hearing. MABW in court. His wife is going to be with the same dude that he was shooting at. Guaranteed. It's a setup, guys. Sometimes these women want you to go out.
Okay, let's pistol. Yeah. Okay, then what?
Oh, and then I engaged. There was, I don't know. I could have turned around and get in my car, but I was kind of leery that he would do something to my car if I did that.
Okay.
So then I didn't know if he was going to get in his car and pull out a gun. So I just, the safest thing for me at that point was to make sure he stayed out of his vehicle. And if we engaged, that's fine. But then, so every time we engaged, broke up, I would try to leave, then he would start acting.
All right, and then what happened after that? You guys left, right?
Yeah, we left. He said, let's go talk to Erica, because I told him, he's saying that, because somebody yelled is that we calling the cops, and he was like, well, let me tell you what happened. Let me tell y'all what happened. He came here to see my wife. And I was like, first of all, she's married to me. She's legally married to me. We're not divorced. We never talked about it. Had I known he was there, there's no way I would have came, because I knew this would happen.
So I saw you guys speeding down that residential area. What was going on with that?
We was going back to his house.
Okay.
That was just after the Dollar General.
Okay, so maybe I was wrong. So what I'm getting is,
all right, so the bottom line, man, simping ain't easy. Let's just wrap it up on that front. Keep your damn mouth shut, man. Don't be talking all to the police if you do get jammed up. Don't be out there acting a fool in the public. You know what I'm saying? Aiming at your fellow man because, your woman chose up on somebody else. Let's not move in that fashion, because like my man said, while you sitting in prison, rotting, she going to be sitting somewhere else, right? So let's not do that. So for all my young people out there watching, man, let's not move foolish. Let's not move foolish. All right. Let's take a look at this. So look, check this out. New York is starting to complain because people are finding loopholes about all of their surveillance they have. Remember, we talked about all the cameras they putting up in New York, and they charging people to drive back and forth to work and stuff like that, and drive Uber, Lyft, and to use the roads. They charging people $15 per trip. I think every time you go past, you don't even have to be speeding. Anytime you go past the damn camera, it's gonna flash your tag, right? And it's basically going to send you a big ass like a ticket or something like that, or rack up a ticket, and you're going to have to eventually send the city some cheese. If you don't send it to the city, then they'll go ahead and just tag it on your bill when you go to the Department of Motor Vehicles, and then when you go to renew your plates or whatever, or your registration, guess what? You got to pay $30,000 out of pocket. New York is wild. Let's take a look.
Now to a CBS 2 investigation. Drivers use them to dodge tolls and police cameras, but the sale of license plate covers is supposed to be banned in the 5 boroughs.
So why did Amazon send 3 of them to the CBS 2 Investigates team? Investigative reporter Tim McNicholas looks into it tonight.
Christina Maurice, Amazon says it restricts the sale of tinted plate covers in New York, but we got these easily. 3 more examples of the challenges the city and the state face as they move ahead with a congestion pricing plan that depends on readable license plates. That is the sound of consequences. MTA Bridges and Tunnels officers stopping drivers on the RFK Bridge for violations ranging from a tinted plate cover to a fake plate covering up a real one. Have you seen an uptick in people?
Did anybody see that plate my man had? I actually knew a guy that used to travel with that plate right there. That plate is hot.
Cover.
I mean, yo, that plate right there is one of the hottest plates you can put on your whip. All right, if you exercising the right to travel, that is one of the worst plates you can put on your whip. I don't recommend putting that plate on there particularly. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of different ways to do it, but yeah, I don't recommend that plate whatsoever.
To a fake plate covering up a real one. Have you seen an uptick in people trying to cover their license plates?
We saw an uptick during the pandemic, actually, and that continues today.
Richard Hildebrand is Chief of Operations for MTA Bridges and Tunnels, the agency that will manage congestion pricing tolls. Do you anticipate that that kind of thing will increase even more?
That we don't know. We have a robust set of tools.
Those tools include cameras and scanners that read plates, sometimes even obstructed plates. But officers also watch with their own eyes because traffic cameras aren't perfect. The New York City Comptroller recently found the city system, which is different than the MTA's, rejects more than 20% of the images due to fake or covered plates. One step City Hall took, telling Amazon to stop selling tinted plate covers to New Yorkers.
This merchandise endangers New Yorkers,
which the head of the city's law department explained early last year.
Amazon complied with the city's demand.
Amazon put up notices warning they won't ship them to New York. But a few weeks ago, we found 5 listings for tinted covers on the site with no such notice. One even used a New York plate as an example. So we ordered 3 different covers.
It's like Christmas morning.
And got them shipped to Manhattan within days.
See, that's disturbing.
We showed the covers to Councilmember Robert Holden, who created the 2021 law banning the sale of them.
We're going to get them fined. Again, the Amazon platform is going to have to pay. And it looks like I may have to even up the penalty.
But some people try to cheat the system even without hiding their plate. That's one reason the MTA sensors alert officers when a repeat toll dodger is detected nearby, which we saw in action. The MTA says this truck, owned by a third-party delivery contractor for FedEx, had more than $1,000 in unpaid tolls. Workers had to...
That's insane. They can actually, if your plate is covered or something like that, they can actually tell if you were a repeat toll dodger. If they spend half the money and resources on actually like fixing or preventing crime from happening and people actually breaking the law, you know what I'm saying? There'll be no crime in New York. I'm telling you, all of these cities, if they just spent the same amount of effort, resources, and time to stop or prevent crimes, actual crimes where people are getting property taken or people are getting resources stolen or people are getting shot or cut or beat up or something like that, if they actually took time to do, because I can't remember how many times I've been watching videos this year of people getting robbed in New York at gunpoint in broad daylight. I don't know how many videos I've seen. But if they actually took the time to actually, put the resources and time towards something worthwhile that'll prevent that issue from happening, New York would have way less crime, man. And that's the crazy part.
They empty out the truck before the MTA seized it. Officers say on this day alone, they impounded 10 cars and gave 33 tickets connected to 420,000.
33 tickets.
Dollars total in unpaid tolls and fees.
Your vehicle will be taken off the roads until you pay your fair share and become a good citizen amongst the city of New York.
These cameras and sensors have been here for years, and the MTA has been installing similar tools in Manhattan to prepare for congestion pricing. But some New Yorkers wonder, will it be enough?
I can't see them trying not to find another loophole to get out of it.
People will find a way to cover those license plates easily.
But we made it a little less easy. Amazon removed those 5 listings from its site and thanked us for flagging them. They declined our request for an interview and would not tell us why they didn't block the sale of these. Tim McNicholas, CBS 2 News.
All right, so there you have it. The news is working hand in hand with the state, and the state and news are working together to rob people. That is pathetic, man. Oh, listen, this is literally, we're watching Rico right now. And the crazy thing is out there for the public to see, and nobody does anything about it. We're literally watching Rico right now. We just watched the goddamn news blast sellers for selling a license plate cover. You know what I'm saying? To put on their automobiles in order to prevent people or prevent the state from taxing the people. We just literally watched Rico. They got away with it. Oh my gosh. It is insane, man. Hey, what can I say? This is the reality we're living in, man.
If you have a story you'd like us to investigate, email us at CBS2.
Did anybody see the video of that snitch that ran around telling on people because of their license plates? There's actually a guy in New York. I can't play the video because it's the Vibe, and Vibe is like one of the worst goddamn they're like one of the worst YouTube channels because anything you play of theirs, they'll flag immediately. So man, we're gonna have to go old school on New York, man. We're gonna have to go old school. I sincerely apologize to anybody in New York. Yes, indeed. That is crazy. Put your violins in the chat. Put your violins in the chat, man. Craziness, man. What can I say? All right, who we got here? Lawrence said, my own mother referred to men as security in the sense of that's what women are looking for. I mean, it's a little more complicated than that now. Maybe back in the day, you know what I'm saying, when things weren't as complex with commerce being the way it is. But now it's a little different, man. It's like it's just too many, the commerce thing changed the game. So I don't even think it's that simple anymore. Yo, y'all should be hitting the like button already. My man Ray should not have to tell y'all that every single time y'all get on here. Y'all got to hit the like button. It don't cost you a penny. Hit the like button. Isaiah, what up? What's good? What's good? Ray said police equals 33. Yep, there you have it. The numbers. What's good? What's good, Mashai? How you doing? How you doing? All right. Moving on. Trying to decide which one of these we're gonna be into next. All right, let's go with this one right here. All right, so you heard about George Soros buying radio stations, and now you got the owner of the Baltimore Sun, local power broker who's donated millions of dollars across Baltimore, Maryland. National politics put a referendum on city ballots and criticized the mainstream media from his perch as executive chairman of the nationwide network of Sinclair television stations. David Smith's personal purchase, the details of which are not public, was announced in the story in the Sun on Monday. Next afternoon, Smith, a figure known as the newspaper's journalist, is a man behind the curtain of the WBFF Fox 45, met newspaper staffers at the Sun's office downtown. Welcome to the new world, he told them, according to several people who attended the meeting but were not authorized to speak publicly. He said he paid 9 figures for the Sun and several community newspapers. All right. So peep this out.
Tell you about this man who just bought the Baltimore Sun for at least $100 million. He then insulted the staff, said, quote, "Go make me some money," and said some eyebrow-raising things like, if you knew what a failure Baltimore City schools were, quote, "you would shoot somebody. Unfortunately, you can't do that." So who is this guy, and why did he buy one of the country's most historic newspapers? Do you remember this eerie video from a few years ago?
The sharing of biased and
False news has become all too common on social media. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
By the way, that is in my intro.
That is Sinclair, which owns over 200 TV stations and has been called the most dangerous media company you've never heard of. In this Washington Post article, political scientists describe how Sinclair's approach to journalism is cutting local news in favor of national conservative politics. And the man who just bought the Baltimore Sun is the executive chairman of Sinclair. He's a Baltimore County local that once told Trump, quote, "We are here to deliver your message." He's also donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to conservative groups like Turning Point USA and Project Veritas. Smith has previously said that all print media is meaningless left-wing dribble. He then admitted that he barely read the Baltimore Sun before purchasing it and said that it should mimic Fox 45, a local Sinclair TV station. And he didn't just buy the Sun, he personally purchased the Sun Media Group, which includes other local papers like the Capital Gazette and Howard County Times. He also has a hand in local politics, like recruiting candidates to run against Mayor Scott. And he's partnering with Armstrong Williams, a conservative Christian commentator. Link in bio to read more.
And this is why I say, you know what I'm saying? All of these individuals are in bed together. You know what I mean? It isn't any left and right wing. It ain't no Democrat, Republican type of thing. All of these individuals are all doing the same goddamn. They're all, both wings, the left and right, are attached to the same bird. Doesn't matter. You know, as you can see, you know, Sinclair owns over 200 TV stations. And as you see in my intro, how everybody's saying the same damn thing across all of the stations, you know, you got a situation where they're still saying a danger to our democracy. The Republicans are saying our democracy too, but the Republicans are supposed to be for the Republic. But they're talking about democracy. Democrats, democracy is mob rule, basically. You know what I'm saying? Mob rule. Real Bible believers with Dr. Gene Kim. You ain't never heard this type of preaching. Bet that. Dr. Gene Kim. I think I already follow him, as a matter of fact. I gotta look into that. Project Veritas is linked to child support and foster care. I didn't hear about that before. Interesting. 2 wings, 1 bird. That's what I just said. Yep. Shadow got it. Shadow got it. 100%. 2 wings, 1 bird. That is facts. So yeah, that's 1,000% a thing. So yeah, when they start saying, "Yo, you know, we're here to deliver your message," Trump, like, yo, Trump is even a puppet. Like, nobody gets on that damn TV that they didn't put there. You're not gonna get in a place where a bunch of people are looking at you and you're making decisions of that magnitude, or if you're have that much influence over that many people that where you're not put there, they're not going to allow that to happen. So that's really not ever going to be something that some people should really lean or fall back on. But you got a lot of Trump supporters that swear by Trump. They swear up and down that he's the next, savior of the world or something like that. I don't think it's that simple. It never is. It's never that simple. I hate to let the air out of anybody's boat or take anybody's hope away. Hope is kind of irrational though, but nah, man, it's gonna come back. It comes down to us. We have to wake up and we have to look at what's the way things are working, the way things are written down. You know what I'm saying? Laws, how this applies, how this doesn't apply, and we have to just stand on our own too. That's what we have to do. Nobody's coming to save us. All right. Now, somebody sent me this video, and I'm glad they did. Shout out to I think it might have been King that sent me this video, but shout out to whoever sent me this video. This is a very interesting observation that these people made, how lights affect attention span. All right, so they did a time lapse of cameras in an elementary school class. All right, and what they did was they monitored the way the children reacted with certain kinds of light. And what they noticed is those special light, or not even special lights, but those fluorescent lights in the classroom affected the students way differently. Some students more than others. And I'm not sure if it's a thing where it's the melanin, you know what I'm saying, or diet plays a fact. It could be diet. It could very well be diet. But there's a big difference in the lights that are put inside the classrooms per the ones that when we used to go to school, we have the regular fluorescent bulbs, the factory type long fluorescent bulbs, you know what I mean? And I used to always run my damn mouth in school. So maybe this has something to do with it.
Maps cameras were used in a standard first grade classroom, and several hyperactive children may be noted, especially the boy in the immediate foreground. "90 days after the regular cool white fluorescent tubes were replaced with the new type full spectrum fluorescent tubes with radiation shields, there was a marked improvement noted, and the extremely hyperactive boy has voluntarily moved up to the front row. He raises his hand for recognition and is now up at the blackboard taking part in classroom activities. Prior to the time that this new lighting was installed, this particular boy had an extreme learning disability problem, but quickly learned to read within 90 days after the new lights were installed. There was further noted a general average improvement in both the behavior and academic achievement of the entire class. There are, however, other factors that must also be considered. The implications of the biological effects of light and radiation, as observed through time-lapse photography, are obvious."
All right, so somebody dropped a comment in the comment section. The human body is not designed to be under artificial lights and craves natural lighting when it can get it. Students who are only exposed to fluorescent lighting may face problems with focusing, anxiety, and more when in school. Fluorescent bulbs negatively impact our natural circadian rhythms, leading to sleep problems. Students who are not well rested will face many attention issues because they do not feel awake during the day. All of these factors impact learning, performance, reading, productivity, and more in your school. Research studies have reported it can cause migraines, headaches, eye strain. I used to have eye strain too when I used to go to school. My eye, like behind my eye, would be like tense. It was weird. It would go away after a little bit, but it was weird. Anxiety and more. The body prefers to be under natural sunlight, and when it's not, you may even notice an impact on student behavior. Source: classroom lighting and its effect on learning. A tutor: how lighting affects student engagement. Making great light. I'm going to look into that video, and we might have to do like a showtime where we just sit down and watch all that, because I think that's a very important thing we need to be looking into. Let me see what it says. Classroom lighting. I'm going to look this up right now, as a matter of fact. We might have to look into this. Yeah. Yeah, I just found it. I just found it. Yeah, so we're gonna look into this, okay? We're gonna definitely look into this. Not tonight, but we're gonna look deeper into this. All right, my man Shadow Syndicate said government authority, Democrat, Republican, cabal, DC, all 47, like 47 degrees on the Masonic compass, also Foundation 47. Hey, simulation theory is undefeated so far, man. Everything can be found through numbers. The right combination of numbers can provide you the answers you're looking for. Simulation theory is unbeaten to me. Two bodies, 47. Exactly. He just came out with that wine. I think there's a spell on it now. Everybody wants to hop up and drink it. Something is going to come from it. Watch. Word. Man, I hate to kick a dead horse, but seriously, check on them old real Bible believer videos. Dr. Gene Kim talks about everything we are. All right, I'm writing it down. You got my attention. I think I might follow him already though. I'll look into it again, like I said, but I'm writing it down now. Yeah, I just followed the channel. Good looking out. I just followed it. Thank you. It's like the same thing that happens in phototherapy on a plant. Word. 100%. Oh, yeah. Red light boosts testosterone. You know what's crazy? I used to have, when I was a bachelor, I had a red light in my room. Let me tell you something. All right. That there is facts. 100%. Any of my young bachelors out there, you know what I'm saying? That y'all are just out there doing your thing. I ain't gonna get too into it, but y'all out there doing your thing, man. Throw a red bulb in your room, man. Like one of those photo room red type bulbs. Man, I had a red bulb in my place. Tell you something, man. Lighting is everything. Facts. That's why at the end of the night in the club, you know what I'm saying? Um, or during before the end of the night comes, they'll have like blue or like it'll be dark in the club and they'll have like a red in some clubs or they have like a blue cool light in some clubs because those lights make people look more attractive and then people are in there drinking and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So like you in there, you might be in there drinking, you know what I'm saying? You might be in there dancing with a girl who's really not even all that, but you know, the blue light hits you just right. She giving you the rap because you look better to her, she look better to you. Y'all got the little drinky drink in y'all system and all that stuff. It's gonna make you go back to that club. You know what I'm saying? Lighting is everything. That's why you got design and production people who control lighting for plays and stuff like that. It matters. You know, the right lighting can make the audience watching the play or the movie feel like real cool. You know what I'm saying? If it's a scene where there's a lot of tension and stuff, you know, yellow, bright blue, bright red or orange lighting might be used. It all depends on what the set is for. But there's actually whole production companies that get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to manage lighting in plays because it affects mood, frequencies, and things like that. Doesn't seem ethical to experiment on unknowing kids like this. Yeah, you can say that, but if it's one of those things they're trying to improve the condition of the classroom and it's not something that's actively damaging. Like something like lighting, you know what I'm saying? If they already had the lights inside the school and they're just monitoring how the children are moving with the lights, and then they have a product that's superior, so they switch that light out and put this light in and monitor how the kids are doing it, that's different. Now, if they had good lights already and they took them lights out and put the ones in there that cause the children pain, I think that would be unethical. But if the purpose is to improve the way the kids are learning or acting or how they're feeling, I don't find that unethical at all. You know what I mean? So it depends on what the purpose was. Like I said, you start off wrong and then you improve the problem. You're looking for a solution. But if you do the other way around, you being a dick. Let's just keep it 100. You know what I mean? It's a violation of the Nuremberg Code. Okay. I used to always have headaches and be so sleepy at school. Facts. You're right there, mobs. Yep. Red light therapy is great for mood, beats depression, etc. Blue is for communication, trustworthy. Look into colorology with Legos. Okay. All the Legos with blue are the most scary and untrustworthy. I said Legos. Jeez, you can tell I'm tired. Logos. Legos. I'm getting we creeping up on an hour and 30 minutes. I'm about to go to sleep. I'm tired, man. I got up early. I was up researching early today. Legos. Logos with blue are the most scary and untrustworthy. AT&T, Navy Federal, CBS, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I did read somewhere that subconsciously blue does lull people into a false sense of security. Stop laughing at me. I'm shy. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm about to cash in for the night. All right. So with that said, man, it has been great. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be live and direct, live in effect next Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Lord willing. Also, if y'all are not on the Patreon, it's right in the description section. Go ahead and click on that Patreon and subscribe to that. You're not going to be able to see the content though unless you do the paid subscription. The free subscription, you'll be able to participate in the chat, but some of that information I have in there, you're going to have to get the paid subscription to see. So if you don't see anything, that's probably why. My man Lawrence Williams, don't come at Navy Federal. They take negotiable instruments and list your citizenship as the United States of America. Okay. Okay. That's what's up. You need to hit me up privately, bro. We got a chat. He got the sauce on that. Jordan Maxwell, Mark Pasio, Paul Wallace. Jordan Maxwell, isn't he a motivational speaker? But yeah. So anyway, like I was saying, thank you guys for tuning in. This is A64 National Born Natural, and we will be back to do this again. If you're not in the Telegram group already and you would like to join, go ahead and hit me privately in my email. Costs nothing to join the Telegram group. We have a lot of brilliant minds in there. If you're having an issue, I'm pretty sure somebody in there can help you for consultations or anything else. You can always hit my email. I'll be glad to hit you guys up with that as well. Help you guys out. Hit me up for that as well. And, we can make that happen. So, with that said, thank you guys for tuning in. It's A64 National Born Natural. Remember, the path to freedom is through our bravery. Peace.